All right. Welcome back, everyone. For our last presentation, it's my pleasure to have the company of the Free Trade Zone Council, and we're honored to also have the director of the Free Trade Zone, Mr. Daniel Liranzo, here visiting us today. So welcome, and thank you for coming. As I mentioned, the Dominican Republic is not only about beaches. We have amazing manufacturing industry here that has been growing over the past few decades. We have some well-known brands that manufacture here, and I know that all of you who manufacture products may benefit from some of the unique aspects of being in a centrally located place that is close to the U.S. and Canada. So with that, I would pass the word to Mrs. Sylvia Cochon, who would talk a little bit more about how they work with different companies, and also she's the person that can connect you with some of those companies that manufacture and export to the U.S.
So my name is Sylvia Cochon. I'm head of the promotion department, and together with Hortensia, we assist all clients that come into the Dominican Republic or work under the Free Zones Council. But before I start my presentation, we have here with us our director, our deputy director, and she will welcome everyone.
Good morning. In the name of all of us and the rest of the team that is not here, I want to be very sincere. We envy everybody that works here. These are amazing installations. Congratulations on this. We are very proud to have this kind of operations in the Dominican Republic. Thank you, all of you, for trusting the Dominican Republic, for trusting a Dominican company, for doing business. And we hope that you continue growing, because if you grow, we grow. This will not be very long, because we know that you're going to the beach.
We know that you came for this. And we know that most people, before coming to the Dominican Republic, this is what they think about Dominican Republic. They think about an island, about nice surrounding, but we have become also a regional hub for manufacturing and services. And one of the main reasons is the platform that we have developed in our free zone. Our free zone is a regime of incentives that are provided to companies that mainly produce their goods and services to international markets. Okay. So companies that operate under the free zone regime are exempted 100% of income taxes, taxes of the transfer of goods and services, when they import raw material and machineries, exempted on that, as well as other taxes. These exemptions are applicable for 15 years and can be renewed. We actually have the first two companies that started operation in La Romana since 1969. And let's make this different. We can, please stop me if you have any question right there, and we don't have to wait until the end. It's a small group. So the Dominican Republic has been growing, and you know the numbers maybe. Some of the reason has been our political stability as well as our investment climate, but also we have preferential access to market to the products and services produced in the Dominican Republic. We have free trade agreement both with the United States and the European Union, as well as other countries in Central America and the Caribbean. Location, for us, many countries say, we have the best location. For us, we have a great location because our main partner, commercial partner, is the United States. Most of the goods and services that we produce or provide are to the US market or to the Latin American market, including Canada, Mexico, to this area. So we consider ourselves very well located, very well connected, both by air and by ocean, and have human resources available for companies to operate in the country. Other non-tax incentives that are provided in the free zone sector there is the minimum wage. There are a special training program that we do with the Infotep, which is the National Institute for Technical Formation. So companies can use the Infotep to train the people, especially in goods. It can be used in services, but especially in goods. If you have manufacturing operation and you have to train people, we can ask the Infotep to train the people for you before you start the operation or for the companies. So we also have a simplified custom processes. There is an exclusive custom office just for the free zone operations at Dominican Customs. What other advantages our free zone parks include is not just the rent of the building. Of course, here we are in a service operation companies that can be located anywhere, but we have industrial park, and you will see it all throughout the Dominican Republic. Those industrial park also provides a business solution and facilitate the operation of the companies that their tenants that operate inside those parks. The process of approval and installation of new companies is very easy. We are a government institution, but we are composed of a board of directors that is mixed, composed of members of the private and public sector. We meet once a month, the board meets once a month, and they approve new projects and everything related with policy and growth of the sector. And it can be very easy, and companies can operate as a subsidiary. They can form a Dominican company, or they can operate as an offshore company. Already talked about it, government institution that promote and develop the free zone companies in the Dominican Republic. We evaluate and approve new projects, and we assist companies, both operating and in the process of operation. So any of you that need any information, Hortensia and I are welcome to assist you with anything that you might need. It could be to install an operation. It could be to outsource a company to produce your goods, or not services, because we're here. This is the one. But if you want to manufacture some product, we can find like a partner for you to do it in the Dominican Republic. Last year, these numbers by the end of 2022, we were main exporter of goods of the Dominican Republic. 62% of all the goods came from the free zone sector, and more than $7,000 million, and more than $1,000 million in services. The sector generates over 192,000 direct employees. 784 companies in operation. Out of those, 20% are services related companies. So we have 84 industrial parks located in 28 of our 32 provinces. And the main industrial sectors are medical devices. 26% of all our exports comes from the medical devices industry. In here, we have 5 of the world's top 10 medical devices manufacturers operating from the Dominican Republic. Textile and apparel, that's how we started, that's how we grow in the 80s, the free zone sector. It's still very important for us because it generates a lot of jobs, especially in areas outside of major cities. We have been growing also in electronics and auto parts, footwear and leather. Let me give you, in the case of electronics, we have companies like Eaton that have about 5,000 employees, direct employees in the Dominican Republic. And because of Eaton, for example, we are #1 producer of Swisher to the US market. Footwear and leather. We have like a group of 30 companies operating both national and international. And we have companies producing here, like Timberland has a big operation in Santiago, King, as well as other companies. We produce here Sebago, Sperry, and some nautical shoes. Jewelry. our favorite for the ladies. We have Tiffany has the only operation that they have outside of the United States that they have in the Dominican Republic, as well as other companies. Cigars and tobacco. I guess some of you smoke or not. You're too young. But I have to say, I cannot say that smoking is bad because we are number one exporter of cigars to the world. Even though I tell my husband to smoke outside of the house. But in front of people, I do have to say that. Supposed to be good. It is cigar, premium cigars, and we are number one exported to the world. Actually, 7 of the 10 cigars that are sold in the U.S., the premium ones, are made in the Dominican Republic. Contact center and BPOs is not only contact center anymore. We have more BPOs and more data processing in the country, which is very good for our young kids. My kid, who is going to be working here next summer, right, Jose? 97 companies in operation, which is about 12% of the total of the companies, are right now doing contact center and BPO services out of the Dominican Republic. And the main reason is proximity and, of course, the cultural affinity that Dominican has with the U.S. And now our young population is not we call it in Spanish like inglés de muelle. I don't know if you can translate that. But now kids are bilingual since they're born. Not mine that, I was like later on. Now they learn English before Spanish sometimes, and you have to keep repeating that we're in the Dominican Republic. That's called... No. Logistics services is very important, and I saw all of you that are here, we saw what you do. In the Dominican Republic, you can also operate under the free zone regime in logistic. You can have logistic operation. I don't know if you have visited we have 2 major ports, Caucedo and Jaina. And inside Caucedo, there is a logistics center inside the port, and there is also a free zone park. You can manufacture right at the port, or you can distribute right from the port. So you can bring merchandise, they don't go inside the national market, and from there you can distribute paying nothing. And you can still operate under the free zone regime. So Dominican Republic also it's a good opportunity for logistic operation, and we have a law that is very friendly to the companies. We told you that it was going to be short because we know you want to go to the beach and you want to finish this, but just we wanted to introduce ourselves. We are we function as a one-stop shop for the promotion and assistance of the companies. We love to see the companies that are that are outsourcing in the Dominican Republic. So thank you all for being here. But we also assist the companies that operate and want to operate in the country. The process, as I said, is very simple. We already talked about it. We still have a lot of opportunities. Dominican Republic has one of the most... We were one of the first in the region in free zone, and we have one of the most attractive package of incentives. So we invite you to learn more. I know you want to go to the beach, but if you have any question for us.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, how do you guys get your raw materials? Would a vendor, say, import the raw materials and then have you manufacture the product and then export?
Yes, they import if they have to. We always try to promote industrial linkages with the national producers. We also have linkages among the free zone companies. For example, you produce medical devices and you need the packaging. You can find a company right at the free zone that they can supply to, and it's free of taxes.
Okay.
But you can also buy locally or bring it free of duties and taxes.
Thank you.
Do you have any furniture companies?
Yes, we do. You are from the furniture industry?
Yes.
Well, we recently have, Palliser, the Canadian company?
No.
PAL, you have to search that. It's a great company. It's a great story of the owner. And I help them, so I'm very happy that they're here. When you do something that you're very proud, I'm very proud that they're here. So we have them manufacturing in Santiago. It has only been 5 months. I can tell you a little bit of the story. They have an operation in Mexico, but they were not finding people that easy. They had a very large rotation. And during COVID, they actually grew 70%. So people apparently were buying a lot of furniture in Canada. So they have a new operation right here in Santiago. We also have another company that they're only doing like the upholstery, the cushions.
Yes, so on the cover.
Yeah, it's called Muebletex, but here they have another name. They do the covers. If you need covers, let me know.
Yeah, actually, the slowest part of our supply chain is the covers, so.
So let me know.
Yeah.
It's an American company.
Derek has a question.
I was going to ask what apparel companies manufacture here.
Well, we have Hanes brands that have been here for more than 50 years now. We have Gildan, but we also have Korean companies like Wheelbase is a very big contractor for companies like Nike, Old Navy, and Gap, companies like that, because we have a lot of contractors that manufacture for others. But name Gildan, Hanes. Very happy that we have now a new company. We are number 2 producer of coats, women coats to the U.S. market. They are producing the summer for the winter. We don't use them, but we send it to the States. We actually had one that we are very proud because was our first investment from Sri Lanka. It's a company, the group is called Mass Holdings, and they're producing the fabric for Lululemon in the Dominican Republic.
Everybody knows.
We have many names. For example, in the case of medical devices, we have companies like Baxter, Ecolab, Fresenius Kavis, Edward Life Sciences, Medtronic, which is number 1 in the world, has an operation here with more than 4,000 people.
The art of it all. Yeah.
Well, that's, I don't like to, Tiffany, of course. We actually, we have makeup, very important for us. Thank you all. Again, thank you for being here. And enjoy the day.